On May 16, 2015, the Friends of Liberty State Park held a protest against the commercialization of Liberty State Park. It was called a Picnic Inn. Going back to 1977, various politicians and their friends had their eye on Liberty State Park. You can read about the old battles under the history section of folsp.org. The more recent battles can be found under the preservation section of folsp.org.
It's Liberty Park's version of This Land Is Your Land. This park is your park. This park is my park. From the Jersey Turnpike to the Ellis Island, from the regrowth forest to the Hudson water. This park was named you and me. As I went walking down Freedom Highway, I saw about me the torture of liberty. I saw the opening of Flower Garden. This park was made for me. I roamed and rambled and found a playground. I tossed a frisbee all around me. Now music concerts tonight. Sun shining. Purpose of the park, the threat to the park. So I want to introduce Greg Rameau, a great champion of Liberty Park, the deputy director of the New York, New Jersey Baykeeper. Greg and his organization have been with our causes, our battles for 20 years, and they are on the front lines of the environmental movement in New Jersey, and Greg has been a tremendous ally. So I'll give you Greg to say a few words.
Thanks very much. And today's really about picnic, not about talking that much. And I think what we're demonstrating is really the simple act of having a picnic, coming here, eating, using the park as it's supposed to be used is really what today's about. What we're worried about is the park has what's called a sustainability program, the notion that parks should have to pay for themselves. It's a fundamentally flawed notion that came in with this administration. It's never been there before. People complain a lot about taxes, but we rarely hear people complaining about their tax dollars going for parks or open space. As a matter of fact, we voted time and time again for extra funding out of our parks to preserve our open space. What's happened is now we're being told that there's plans that are coming forth trying to force the park to pay for itself. We're not sure exactly what those plans are, but we're ready to make sure that they in no way inhibit the public from enjoying the park, from picnics, from access along the waterfront. It's about parks for the people and not about parks to make money for others. So that's all I have to say today. Enjoy the picnic, and thank everybody for being here, for doing all that you
do. Thanks, Greg. I'm going to say about the same thing, but take a little bit longer. But I appreciate everything that the Baykeeper does, and we have other allies around the state, New Jersey Audubon and other groups, but the Baykeeper's been in the trenches with us for 20 years. I want to thank you for coming today to take a stand for this park, this great spiritual resource, this priceless green space, which is so important for our quality of life. If you're not on the Friends email list, please sign up on a clipboard, and the table's back there. We'll need your help. There is a very dark cloud of privatization hanging over our park. The first stage of this administration's attack on the park ended with a couple of helpful revisions to the horrendous Meadowlands bill, which originally passed without public knowledge right before Christmas. The revisions ensured at least one public hearing at Liberty Park and gave the governor's DEP commissioner the final say instead of the Meadowlands Commission in park plans. The DEP commissioner recently told Senator Cunningham and Assemblyman Raj Mukherjee at the budget hearings that the DEP expects to reveal their specific plans within 3 or 4 months, which may mean late in the summer, and we'll be vigilant to their efforts to ramrod plans that will harm this great family park. The park needs all of you to fight for its true purposes. The park is for picnics, not privatization. Your activist help and a massive grassroots effort will be essential to protect the people's park. We'll need you with emails, phone calls, public hearings, social media to mobilize our county and our state. The park's future is at stake, as it has so many times before in its 39-year history. The overwhelming majority has always wanted a free and green park and always opposed commercialization plans. No matter what revenue is promised in return for trading away open space and long-term leases. The Department of Environmental Protection Commissioner did a major search for commercial development plans. The developers were shown every inch of the park, and the administration's privatizers, they want to monetize the park, to turn the park into a commercial venue. Their plans will take away open space and restrict public access. Their plans will be an abominable attack on the urban people who love this park. Though most park users are from our densely populated concrete region, visitors from around our nation and world benefit from this peaceful open space, an American landmark with its inspiring views. They see our precious open space only as wasted land, unless it's producing revenue. Their strategy, as Greg mentioned, was sustainable parks, and they feel Liberty Park should pay for itself. If Trenton had the will and the wisdom, the funds could be found to maintain and improve Liberty Park and all state parks. In the state's contract with the company, New Jersey Future, that did that search, one line showed how clueless they are. The contract said the vast majority of Liberty Park's 5 million annual visitors are just passing through the park to access ferries to the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island, which is nonsense. Over 5.5 million people a year come to this park. About 700,000 come to get on the ferries, about 500,000 to the Science Center. But the rest of the 5.5 million, over 4 million, are people like us who come to the park for public enjoyment of unstructured recreation of open space. We want and need this park, our urban backyard. The park is crowded in nice weather on weekends from April to October. We use the park to renew our spirits, to relax, play, picnic, exercising, flying kites, riding bikes, taking in the views, running free, playing choose-up games, and enriching our lives in this urban open space. I want to thank the Friends Board for helping set up today's event, our volunteers. We have some face painters over here, and we have the wonderful Rockasori band playing. And wanted to thank a few officials, Mayor Steve Fuller. In the winter, they helped us at least get that revision in the Meadowlands bill. Senator Cunningham, Assemblyman Raj Mukherjee, the council, freeholders Anthony Romano, Bill O'Day, Gerard Balmier, candidate Nick Giaravalati, who's running the 31st District. We will need our legislators' support in the coming battle. This is the new chapter of the park. This is our time to fight, our time to carry the torch and use our voices to protect the park as a peaceful and accessible oasis for ourselves and for future generations. So thank you for coming today, for sending the message to Trenton, leave our park alone.
Then I heard